Bienvenidos a Vaquilla Televisión. Hoy vamos a hablar de algo completamente distinto. Vamos a hablar de lo que es la comunicación visual, qué es lo que representa. Hay una empresa que yo la descubrí hace ya unos años en Estados Unidos, se llama Xplane. Xplane es una empresa que se dedica a la comunicación visual y tenemos hoy aquí a Aric Wood, que es el CEO de la compañía. Aric, welcome to Madrid.
Thank you, Rodolfo. It's my pleasure.
Aric, I've had a look at the list of your customers, and you have all the technology companies. I mean, EDS is there, Microsoft is there, Vodafone is there, British Telecom, Nokia. Why is that you have so much emphasis in technology?
Well, Xplane is a new kind of consultancy, Rodolfo. We are a combination of some of the best thinking of management consultancies with an information design studio attached. So our competencies in actually understanding complex information and making it well understood by the customers and the employees of those companies gives us a unique advantage with technology companies particularly. Technology companies tend to be a place where the majority of innovation in the world is going on, and it's a place that needs explanation.
I see. Aric, one of the things that surprises me a lot. I mean, I've seen that the way you conduct a consultancy is very interactive with your customer.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a traditional consultancy. How you do that? How you do that?
Well, one of our principal tenets of our work is that we tend to work with our clients as a cooperative team to co-invent our solutions. So, in my past as a management consultant at other firms, many consulting firms approach the project as an opportunity to express their perspectives on a particular marketplace, their perspectives on what a business should do. And at Xplane, what we do is work with our customers to understand together where a business should go, and we do it through a very collaborative fashion. We use visual thinking workshops. We combine many employees of that organization into the thinking exercises that help us yield some of the better insights. And then we use the good thinking in that organization to help guide them down an action plan that ultimately turns into a communication campaign that not only comes up with great thinking and great insights, but then helps drive that change into the organization through change communications that address every element of their communication mix, their employees, their investors, and their customers.
You can apply visual thinking to any type of level in an organization, but you do tend to have some areas of the organization that call you more often than others. What are those areas?
We typically, or I guess most often, work either at a very strategic level to help the executive management teams of companies understand better the issues that they're facing and how to resolve those issues. We also work very frequently in internal employee communications, helping that executive boardroom to drive an initiative or drive a change throughout their organization to all levels of their organization so that their employees understand and can move forward as one. And then finally, we do a lot of work in marketing and sales effectiveness. So anywhere where there's an education mission to educate a channel, for instance, on a new product launch, or educate a sales force on how better to position a product, we work in those very information-driven communication spaces to help drive alignment among anyone who has to carry your message.
I've seen some of the pieces of the work you do. I mean, you've been working lately very much for companies like Microsoft. Mm-hmm. I mean, what does a company like Microsoft need to explain? I mean, it seems that they know everything, that people know them, that they're very well known in the marketplace. What do they need to explain?
Well, I'll give you an example. Microsoft engaged us to help them explain their Windows embedded environment. Embedded operating systems are the operating systems that run on ATM machines, cell phones, oftentimes behind the scenes, things that you don't necessarily see or touch. But in fact, Windows embedded is everywhere. If you go to the gym, there's likely to be an embedded system managing the exercise equipment that you're working. So one of the things that we help them to represent to their channel, to their customers, and also to their development community who are writing applications for this environment was to express the ubiquity of the Windows environment. And we did that through a series of communications that actually helped paint a picture of everywhere that embedded touches people's lives in multiple scenarios and places that people could, through a website, through a brochure, through other communications, get a sense for how important Windows Embedded was, how ubiquitous it was, and what it meant to individuals' lives. Ultimately, that helped them to actually increase their market share vis-a-vis their competitors by making it a preferred place of choice for developers to work with Microsoft to develop new applications.
Aric, I've seen that lately you have been having a different customer altogether. It's someone that has to do with the hotel industry. I think it's Intercontinental Hotel.
Yes.
What do you do for that?
Intercontinental Hotel Group is a favorite case study of mine. They have a desire, a strategic objective that they've communicated to the street that they're going to open 60,000 hotel rooms in the next 3 years. In order to do that, they have to be incredibly effective at opening new hotels, and that's a project management process. It's a process that involves multiple people, the franchise owner of the hotel, the employees of IHG, the project managers, the general contractors, all of the vendors. You can imagine the complexity of the situation. One of the things that we've helped them with is to generate an onboard program that helps them shorten that time frame from 30, 40 months of operating time down to 24 months so that they can open those hotels on time and reliably. And we've done that by creating educational tools that train all elements of the mix of people who have to be involved in that process, from the project manager right down to the training of the new employees coming into those hotels to begin operating when they open. And ultimately, this will be deployed globally in order to help them become world-class at their opening process.
What about online? I mean, what do you do online? I mean, are you doing development for companies as well to help people understand what's online, or is just physical work you do?
No, we actually will work in every medium that people communicate. So, as an example, again, with IHG, in addition to the physical communications that we're helping them develop, process maps, training manuals, communications, we're also working with them to design user interfaces and web portals to help bring some of that information into the web and help, for instance, owners to more efficiently interact with IHG on an ongoing basis as they're operating and managing their hotel. And again, in that space, one of the things that Xplane brings to the table is an ability to simplify and make visual tools that are much easier for people to interact with, so that the owner experience of working with the IHG portal is significantly better, is more intuitive, and is effectively much easier to use in driving better results for customers than other competitors. IHG recognizes that if they have a great experience with the owners of IHG franchises, ultimately they're going to be successful. So we work with them to help create a great customer experience.
The last question, I mean, in order to grow, in order to do that, you need people.
Yes.
What is the type of people that you're looking for in Xplane?
It's one of the things that makes Xplane, I think, most unique. We are absolutely a multidisciplinary group. You'll find among our staff architects, graphic designers, comic book artists, management consultants, business people. The goal of that is that we bring a fresh set of eyes to every problem, and we bring a lot of different sets of eyes to that problem who can ultimately potentially see things that other people don't see. As you can imagine, it's a challenge finding these great people. The one thing that they all have in common is that they're all visual thinkers. Ultimately, everyone in the company believes that if you can draw a picture of something, people will understand it much more quickly than if you tell them in words or if you share it in written word. And visual thinkers, combined with some of these other multidisciplinary skills, gives us a very unique workforce.
I had forgotten one last question.
Yes.
that I forgot at the beginning. Why Madrid as the head of your European expansion?
Madrid was a very simple decision for us. The Spanish culture as a whole is known for its incredible competencies and skills in design, particularly information graphics. So we have a fantastic base of creative talent here to help fill that workforce with some of the best professionals in the industry. As a business location, Madrid is a fantastic base of operations for us. Very favorable situation for a United States business to locate here and headquarter here. Fantastic connections to the rest of Europe, and a very dynamic business marketplace in and of itself.
Good. I thank you very much
it's
for
my
your
pleasure.
visit.
Thank you, Rodolfo.
You.